Alright, this is Dave Knight here at Knight Capital Management. I want to thank you for watching this video series. Now, this is going to fall under the top 10 trading secrets, and it's going to be video number 2. And today's topic, before we get started, I picked up this book and I'm going to start using it here in the, those that know me know I'm from Tennessee, Jeff Foxworthy Redneck Dictionary, and one of the words that I kind of got to laugh at was avenue. Yes, I have a new address. If you look on our Contact Us page, it's Tiger at Knight Capital Management. That's would be the easier way to get in contact with me, as opposed to support at Knight Capital Management. Just say Tiger at Knight Capital Management. It's easier to remember as well. All right. Well, let's talk about today's topic, and that's habit. Now, we acquire both good and bad habits, all of us. There's not a person on this planet, maybe with the exception of one man who was God as well, that walked on this earth, that didn't acquire the bad habits. But as humans, we all acquire good habits and bad habits. Now, if you think about a good habit is difficult to acquire, but it's easy to live with. And a bad habit is kind of reverse that, right? It's easy to acquire, but it's difficult to live with, right? So let's go with that premise right now as we relate to habits. And one of my habits, bad habits that I have, and I continue to fight with it, is the what I like to call self-destruct. Other people call revenge. I get into revenge mode trading, or I get into what I call self-destruct mode, where I'll take all the gains that I've had over a whole month and lose it in a day. It's not something I'm very proud of. It's not something that I wake up in the morning. Usually when I have one of those days, I wake up in a good mood, or most of the time. Other days, I don't. So it's kind of strange how that all works around. But what that habit has in common is that I get into a mode where I get the old, I don't give a dang anymore. I'm just going to trade until I hit whatever it is, and then I'll be done, and it'll lock me out of my account. Now, with that being said, I have a catastrophic stop loss on my account. Not only do I have a stop loss in my trading plan for every trade that I take on, so I have, like, you know, the minimum, well, excuse me, what I maximally want to lose per each trade that I have, and that changes on a daily basis. But along those lines, I also have what I call a catastrophic stop loss. That's that stop loss that shuts me out of my account, that stops me from losing everything that I have in my account. Because unfortunately, I am human and I do have faults. I wished I didn't, but I do. There are days where I have 3 losses in a row, and then just recently in the trading room I had 4 losses in a row. I took 3 losses right in a row, took the 4th trade at a half stop loss and locked myself out. Well, I didn't lock myself out of my account, but I stopped trading. You saw me in the room, stopped trading. Before, I would have just blown through $2,000–3,000 and not stopped. I would have just kept on going through. And what was going on in that particular environment? And let me tell you what was going on in the environment. The bad habit that I have is that I'm trading through a non-trending zone as a trend trader. That's a cardinal sin, right? Don't trade inside a no-trend zone, unless obviously you're a scalper and you live and die on that. But as a trend trader, you make your money trading the trend, not the other way around. The trend is your friend. When you disrespect the trend, then you find yourself in a world of hurt. And unfortunately, in my career, I found myself in a world of hurt on several different occasions. It's not something I'm very proud of. It's not something I wake up every morning and say, wow, this is something I want to do. But I've learned from that bad habit. I've learned to control it, and I've learned almost to break that bad habit. I think that you always have it in the back of your head that you have that bad habit, so therefore it never goes away. But knowing that you have something like that is probably one of the most important things that you're going to learn as a trader. You're going to learn everything that makes you tick when you trade. You're going to learn, you know, that's my bad habit. You might find yourself with another bad habit. You might find yourself over trading or all the other crap that goes around. I say that politely, but I do mean it. You find yourself in a world of hurt in other different ways. And one of the ways that I've found to combat habits and form good habits is by, and I've talked about this, a journal, a trading journal. I'm on my 12th. I get in here, I mark it up, I handwrite my words, and the old thing about I'll pick up quotations, I'll pick up things will just pop up in my head. I'll think, well, should I take 2 losses in a row and then stop trading? Should I take 2 losses and then trade the afternoon? All those things. But really what it comes down to in the end is the market trending or not, for at least for me, that causes this one bad habit that I have of going into self-destruct mode. The quicker that I can determine a non-trending market, the better off I am as a human being and as a trader. One of the good habits that I think that you can form outside of the trading journal and writing in that continuously, so that eventually as you go through your journal, you're going to pick up on things. Write down everything you're thinking. It's amazing, When I first started, I was writing things down, and I look back at it and I think, wow, and you can look at the trading journals and you can see how far you've come as a trader. Or, if you've given up, then obviously you're not listening to it anyway. But another great habit to get into, good habit, is reading, right? And I have books that I read, but I picked up a Kindle. Was this Revenge? Oh, that's a good. Yeah, look, Revenge, the new series coming out. But that goes back to revenge trading, right? It goes back to self-destruct mode. But I pick up books on Kindle. I pick up free books. I pick up 99-cent books. I pick up, but I have a reading plan. I try to get through between 4 and 5 books a month, every month. And sometimes some of the technical books takes me a little bit longer to get through. But, I like to pick up a book that I like to read for fun. I like to pick up a book on a self-help nature that I can hopefully learn something. And then I'm going to pick up a book that I can learn more about the industry and the art that I'm in, trading. And trading is an art. There is no other way to explain trading. You have your signals, you have your setups, you have your stops, you have your profit targets, you have everything else set up. But in the end, it still is an art. It's how you look at the market at that particular time. Are you thinking it's going to go up? And you try to check your brain, as I say, at the door, and you try to check your bias at the door as a day trader, because having a bias as a day trader can be a very difficult and hard thing to get out. If you are a trader that can only trade on the long side, you're missing more than half of the trades, right? You've got to be able to form the good habit of taking not only the long side of the market, but allowing yourself to take on the short side of the market, or the dark side, right? The dark side. But you got to learn different odds and ends, forming a habit. And I think, if I haven't said this yet, I believe, and from what I've read, it takes 21 days to form a good habit, or form a habit of any sort. What I want to do is form some good habits for you in your live trading room trial offer that we have right now with our 21-day trial. So if you're watching this video as part of the top 10 trading secrets, well, I invite you to come on into our trading room for 21 days. No obligation to you. I'm not going to pester you and pound you either. You want to be part of the group or not, but we'd love to have you in. We'd love to have you just look over our shoulders. Maybe you might pick up a thing or two, or maybe you won't. I don't know, but hopefully my almost 30 years of experience will help you. Along those lines, maybe you're going to pick up something that I know that you didn't know that might help you, or maybe you'll offer out something of your own advice that will help me. It's a two-way street, right? Alright, well, this is getting where I want to end this video. We've talked about habits. We talked about the 21-day trial today. To form what I believe is a good habit, it's going to take 21 days to get through that. So, and that's calendar days. So there's work that you need to do. You need to pick up books. You need to start reading books on self-help, trading books. And you also need to start writing in a journal, right? You need to start working with a journal and writing it on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be a black leather journal with gold edges, although I highly recommend that you use something like that, it has value to you. So it's, in the end, you have something of value that you can pass on to not only your own self, but to your children, your grandchildren, and so forth. They get to see the crazy side of me being my at some point, but they also get to see the good side of me too in here, as I've written some really good content, I believe, over the years, as I'm taking this content and put it into a book format for others to be able to see as well. All right? This is Dave Knight here at Knight Capital Management. I appreciate you watching the video today. If there's anything we can do to help you out, just let us know. Come on into our 21-day free trial offer of our trading room, and we'll see you on the inside. Bye now.